Jannik Sinner weighed in on Carlos Alcaraz's criticism of the ATP schedule, stressing players can still set their own priorities when choosing tournaments. Novak Djokovic reveals where he has the best chance to beat Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Why is Carlos Alcaraz not playing at the 2025 Shanghai Masters? Carlos Alcaraz announced he will miss the Shanghai Masters after picking up an injury at the Tokyo Open, and the Spaniard aimed at the packed ATP schedule and certain rules that force players into tournaments. However, Jannik Sinner doesn't quite share the world number one's criticism of the tour. Alcaraz argued that the calendar is too demanding and that ATP rules limit players' freedom to choose when and where to compete. But speaking to the media ahead of his Shanghai Masters debut, Sinner stressed that players still have the power to set their own priorities when planning their schedules. "Yeah, I don't want to criticize anything," the Italian said when asked about the comments from Alcaraz and Iga Swiatek. "For me, everyone thinks in different ways. We can still, as I always say, we can still choose, as players. You just have to understand what the priority is for yourself. I always made choices, even last year, sometimes skipping tournaments. The schedule is what it is. If you want to play, you play. If not, you make another choice to rest or practice, that's it. So, yeah, it is what it is," he added. Fresh off his Beijing Open title, Sinner now turns his attention to defending his crown in Shanghai, where he defeated Novak Djokovic in the 2024 final. The Italian opens his campaign on Saturday, October 4th, against Germany's Daniel Altmaier. Former Serena Williams coach calls out Alcaraz. After Alcaraz voiced his frustration over the packed ATP schedule, his comments quickly became a talking point. One of the more notable reactions came from Rennie Stubbs, former coach of Serena Williams, who questioned the Spaniard's stance given his off-season plans. "I find it funny because, even though I love Carlos, I recently noticed that he had registered for all the exhibitions scheduled at the end of the season," Stubbs said on the Rennie Stubbs Tennis podcast. "It's hard to take them seriously when they say the calendar must be lightened, but then they go and play exhibitions in the suburbs of Miami. Again, it's not really a criticism, it's just a little inconsistent. Yes, it just makes me laugh," she added.